Well, welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back to The Wave. It's the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed.
Got all your news and some of your chat.
Some of your chat?
Yeah, 'cause you've got the other bit of the chat.
I've got some of the chat. You've got some of the chat.
And then
that's about 90% of the chat.
We form a chat orange.
Chat orange.
Both.
Is that another name for a podcast?
Both.
Chat orange.
Both contributing chat segments to the
chat
orange of chat.
It's really hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you've gone a bit insane there. I could do with we talk about being called The Wave. I could do with being in some waves.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah, August has arrived.
Yeah, certainly seems
in
to
mid-September.
Mid-September.
Weather's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hot in here.
It is very hot. I was saying to you before we started, we might have to take a half-time break.
I think we might.
And step outside between shows.
We should. Yeah, let's do that. We could go and play darts.
Yeah.
On the new dartboard.
Go and play some smart darts.
Smart darts.
So, yeah.
Cool. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to this week? It's my wedding anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
So got anniversaried.
Did you remember?
No, not really. But then neither did she. So
okay.
Until it was the day and we decided to go out for dinner.
Let's do something. I feel like I should be involved in your wedding anniversary.
How old? How many? 12.
12.
12.
Wow, that does not seem like 12 years
12.
ago.
Yeah, I don't know what you get for that. Or do I care?
Don't know. Shall we Google it?
Yeah, if you want to.
Keep talking.
Could you have like your traditional thing for a wedding anniversary, don't you? And then there's like modern ones, but I reckon there should just be like a wacky 12. You know, what do you get each year on your anniversary? Because it's things like paper, isn't it?
Linen and silk.
Really?
12.
Yeah, I don't need that. What do I want some linen for?
That's the UK version anyway. I think there's a traditional one as well.
Yeah, there is.
Silk, yeah, it's silk all around the world. So you should have brought her some silk, really.
Sure.
She doesn't seem like a very silky person.
I don't know what to do.
Doesn't seem like the sort of person that would appreciate silk.
Yeah.
Cool.
How about you?
Not much.
Okay.
Not much at all, really. We did the watch along in the Discord on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which you didn't attend because of said wedding anniversary that you'd forgotten. That was fun. Had a lot of time, a lot of time, and a lot of fun times with our Discord members. We watched Birdemic: Shock and Terror.
Amazing. Were you shocked or terrorized?
I was shocked more than I was terrorized.
Yeah.
Because that is a weird film, man. That is a weird film.
I said to you, I'm kind of tempted to go and watch it on my own time because I do want to see it, but
I very much enjoyed it, but mainly because I was watching it with other people. I think if I'd have been watching it on my own, it probably would have gone off.
After a few minutes.
There isn't a single bird until 47 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's an hour of... I mean, there's not a single bird in the whole film.
No, sure,
it's all clip art and GIFs, but... The main guy can't even walk.
Right.
He's acting, and he can't even walk like a human.
Right, as
let
in
alone
he
talk.
can't walk and talk.
Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?
Yes.
He walks like that.
Okay.
And he turns like they do in that game. It's worth watching just for that.
Maybe Trevor from Grand Theft Auto was his
maybe
acting coach or something.
Maybe, I don't know what was going on, but it was very funny. There's three separate scenes of him filling up his car with petrol.
Nice.
Full on.
Yeah.
Like the whole experience of that. There's two kids in it who are probably 9 and 10-ish.
Sure.
Do you want to have a guess what their names were?
Abraham.
No.
And I'm just presuming it's a boy and a girl.
It was a boy and a girl.
And Doris.
Almost. It made me laugh so much that these two kids were called Tony and Susan.
Okay.
I don't know why I found it so funny, but it was so funny. Tony and Susan just show up. Well, he finds Tony in a boot of a car.
Right.
Not looking for anybody. He's finished with the scene, and then he just opens the boot of this car up, and Tony just.
That's probably why his car was giving up. Yeah, was using so much.
It wasn't even his
petrol, 'cause
car.
He had a kid in the back.
It wasn't even his car. Okay. And then Tony's just his kid from then on. It's so funny. I would recommend watching it, but maybe don't watch it on your own. I'll watch it with you.
Okay, fine. You don't have to put yourself through Birdemic.
We're going to do the sequels in the watch along at some point as well.
I'll just jump on from there.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. But other than that, I haven't really done a lot this week. It's new Stephen King book week, so that's always good.
Yeah,
start reading that.
Did you see in the news this week that Stephen King almost got divorced.
Yes, I did see this.
Because of his obsession with the song Mambo No. 5.
Yeah, for some reason he got obsessed with Mambo No. 5 when he was writing 11/22/63.
And would just play it over and over. And his wife nearly threw him out.
I mean...
What a guy.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
I think I'd throw somebody out if they got obsessed with that song.
Yeah, I mean...
That's the best book he's written in 15 years, probably.
Was he trying to drive himself crazy? I mean, why would...
Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't even relate to that book in any way. But it's the best book he's written in ages, so he should probably still keep listening to it and write good stuff.
That was his muse.
Yeah.
Lou Bega.
Lou Bega was his muse.
Takes all sorts.
Angela and Pamela and Catherine and Rita or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's his new book week, so I'm going on holiday next week, so I'm going to take that and read it whilst I'm there.
Perfect timing.
Yes, good timing indeed. I'm going on holiday, but it doesn't affect this podcast because it just happens that the dates kind of work.
Okay.
We'll be fine. We're not going to miss any time, providing I can edit both of these episodes tomorrow.
Well, I mean...
And providing Podbean doesn't fuck us about because they keep doing that at the minute.
Yeah, we're working on that. Maybe that is a good segue to talk about what we're talking about this week on the movie show.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Because you may not have the longest episode ever. We're saying this before we've recorded.
Yeah, and we always think they're going to be short episodes, and they usually turn out to be the longest.
But if you come back to this very feed on Thursday, you will hear us talk about a movie called Spaced Out.
Yeah.
Which I feel, again, similar to what you said to me earlier, that this might be the least number of notes I've ever made on a movie.
My average is between 12 and 14 pages, and I've done 5 in this one.
Just as a tease. I mean, I'm not sure what the artistic merits of Spaced Out are, but we might try and find some on Thursday. But if we don't, it might not be the longest episode we've ever done.
I never thought that me and you would sit opposite each other in a room and review a softcore porn movie.
Well, that's what
we're about to do. I don't even think Netflix know what they've got here. I genuinely.
Which it does beg the question: is there someone at Netflix who has watched?
Everything.
It's not the same person, but has everything that is on Netflix been watched by someone who works for Netflix?
It can't be.
Because when they just go, oh, hey, Sweden,
yeah,
with package deal for a load of Swedish films, they just get uploaded. Is someone watching them?
Probably not. I'd be very surprised if somebody's like quality controlling them.
We'll get it on Thursday. Come up. We'll get into why is this movie on Netflix.
Yeah, absolutely. What did we watch last week?
Last week we watched Cadaver.
We did Norwegian horror.
Yeah, I liked it.
I was surprised you liked it, but I liked it also.
Yeah, it was a
good little horror film.
It was a fun time.
Neat. It ended up in the stream table in position number 6. Halfway, mid-table.
Yeah,
not bad.
It was a fun, zippy horror movie.
Yeah, if you like horror movies, you probably would get something out of it. Yeah. Right, shall we get on? Shall we do some Netflix news?
First, let's do the question.
Oh, of course, the question of the week.
Which I will pose this week.
Okay, cool.
And I want you to picture the scene.
Okay, I'm thinking.
You have found a book. Let's
Okay.
say you're on holiday.
Okay.
Next week.
I can imagine that.
You've got a book to read.
Yep.
You're settling down. You've lost this Stephen King thing.
Oh, no.
I don't know, you've dropped it in a river or something.
Oh, shit, that'd be bad. That's
and-
the first edition.
And instead, you found this book.
Okay.
But it was just in the place where you're staying. You opened a drawer and here's this book. I'll read that instead.
Okay.
Yeah, you're picturing the scene.
I'm picturing the scene.
You start reading the book and you think, oh, this is a bit familiar, this book.
Okay.
And it turns out it's a book about your life.
Oh shit! What a boring book.
And
Okay.
you think, I'm going to read this. This is really weird. Why is there a book about my life? It's not an autobiography. It's literally it's like a character thing, but it's me.
Like a novelization of me.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you kind of get so far into this book that you catch up with yourself.
Oh.
So you get to now,
Okay.
and you're only halfway through the book.
Hopefully.
Do you keep on reading
Oh wow, that's a great question.
or not?
Do you keep on reading? I personally don't think I'd be able to not. I think I'd have to.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Why?
That just surprised me. I thought you'd be like, no, I'll just put that back in the drawer where I've got to. Adam finds this book,
I would. I would do that, and then
and it would just
It
be
would
there
just
for the
eat
rest
away
of the
at me.
week.
it would eat away at me to the point where I'd be like, I need to know.
Yeah, I hope there wouldn't only be 2 pages left.
Yeah, imagine. You'd be like, oh, I'm getting really close to the end here, and there's not much left.
Let's say you're halfway through.
Let's hope so. Also, I'm not reading half of a book in a week. I'm a very slow reader. I'd probably get to about where I left primary school by the end of the week.
I have a feeling you wouldn't be able to put it down though if in this situation.
No, that's the reason why I wouldn't be able to stop reading.
Yeah.
I'd be too. I don't know.
It's a lot of knowledge to come back with. That is.
It's scary as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you then?
Isn't it nice to have surprises in life?
If you knew though, would you actively try and?
Could you change it?
Would
Don't
you
know. Maybe.
Or would the book tell you that you actively tried to change it and failed?
Maybe.
Wow.
But it might say, yeah, you went and you did all this, and like you say, you might say it becomes an experiment in itself, doesn't it? Can I change the pages of the book by my actions, or will the universe course correct me to the book?
I'd like to think that I wouldn't read it, but I also know that I'm too curious and I would have to. And then once I'd done it, I'd regret it. But I'd have to read it.
Interesting.
What about you? What would you do?
I like to think I would just put it away.
But do you think you could though? It'd be like
I don't know.
It'd be like the telltale heart just beating at you all the time. You'd want to. Your whole life is in that drawer over there, and you know that you could figure it out.
But I'll catch up eventually.
Maybe you just read the last page.
Oh God, no! Not one of those people.
Just then you're like, Adam turned 18. You're like, oh, that's fine. Turn it over. Put it away. But then it might say Adam turned 44. You're like, shit. That's a horrible question. But yeah, I think I'd have to read it.
Okay. I'm saying I'm closing it and not looking anymore.
I don't think you could.
I don't know if I need to read back either. I'm not sure I need that.
It'd be a really boring read for the last 10 or so years.
Okay.
You've got me thinking now.
Interesting.
Shall we move on?
Let us know what you do out there.
Yeah, let us know. It's a good question, that one. Let's do some Netflix news.
Sure.
What do we got?
Let's start with, well, you'd have thought Netflix favourite Aaron Paul.
Yep.
But he has made some very interesting comments this week. Obviously, it goes without saying, it is the ongoing actors and writers strike.
Yeah.
And this week, the cast of Breaking Bad has reunited on the picket line.
Cool. Good for them.
Outside Sony Pictures Entertainment. And Aaron Paul's been talking to Entertainment Tonight.
Okay.
And he revealed he has not received a single cent in residuals from Netflix for Breaking Bad.
This is kind of the whole point of the strikes, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what they're striking for.
If you have got... Now, he might receive a certain amount from AMC.
Yeah.
But internationally, Breaking Bad's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And he essentially is not receiving anything, and presumably neither any of the rest of the cast. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. Because in the past, in history, when things were being repeated on network or cable TV, they'd be getting residuals for it.
This is the whole point of the strike.
This is what they're striking for. They want these streamers to come to the table and pay these people what they're worth.
Yeah, Paul's exact quote is, "I don't get a piece from Netflix on Breaking Bad, to be totally honest. And that is insane to me."
Yeah, it is. It really is.
He said, "Shows live on forever with these streamers and it goes through waves of popularity. I just saw the other day that Breaking Bad was trending on Netflix. And it's common sense. A lot of these streamers, they know they've been getting away with not paying people a just and fair wage. And now it's time to pony up."
Pony up.
Yeah.
Go for it. They need to come to the table and sort this out, because it isn't right. And we obviously on this show do stand behind all these actors, but we also need some content to be made.
Yeah, the article does note that Sony Pictures Television is one of the few remaining studios without its own streaming platform. So they are particularly reliant on selling their products to other streamers, such as Breaking Bad, Community, The Boys. They're all made by them, but not distributed by them. Breaking Bad is apparently on Netflix until 2025. That is when its current licensing deal ends.
That would just get renewed, though.
I would have thought so, because Netflix went in and made the movie as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Netflix are not going to give up Breaking Bad. I imagine that's one of the most watched things on there.
Yeah.
Like aged things on there.
Bryan Cranston was there as well.
Good for him.
He said, "We're here at Sony. This is the studio that produced our shows. We're here specifically to let them know that we're here and we are raising our voice. We are not making them the enemy. They are not the villains. These are people we will all be working with once again at some point. We just want them to see reality and fairness and come back to the table to talk to us."
Fair point. Absolutely fair point. I had a conversation about Breaking Bad this week with somebody I work with who will not watch Breaking Bad.
Right.
Because he doesn't like Aaron Paul.
Okay.
I don't understand.
So on what performances is he basing?
That's exactly my point. This is my point. This is exactly what was going to be my point. How can you have an opinion on Aaron Paul if you've not watched Breaking Bad?
But if you've seen Need for Speed, fair dues.
Yeah, but I'm like, everybody fell in love with Aaron Paul because of Breaking Bad. And he is the best thing about it. Him and Bryan Cranston are both incredible in it. And I just don't understand how you can, I don't like Aaron Paul, so I'm not watching the greatest TV show of all time.
I mean, I do feel that you would quite quickly sort of forget that it's Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
And just be drawn into Jesse Pinkman and everyone else.
Yeah, he's like, from the clips I've seen of it, he just feels like a whiny bitch. And I'm like, that couldn't be further from the truth.
Give it a chance, that's what I would say.
He just won't. So I'm like, well, you're the one missing out here, not me. Anyway, moving on.
I would say, just before we do move on strikes and stuff like that, selfishly, I do hope things end sooner rather than later because the news is really drying up the last couple of weeks.
That's the problem. The wave's going to get like really short if we're not careful because nothing is happening out there.
So we're going to have to get creative if this goes on much longer.
Last week we did 3 news stories about trailers.
I know.
It's like, wow. And these films are never going to come out.
Exactly.
We're watching trailers for films that are never coming.
It's quite possible. Talking of which, a trailer has arrived this week for a movie we did mention, which is going to be at, I think, the Toronto Film Festival.
Okay.
That is Pain Hustlers. It now has a release date for Netflix, with the caveat that could all change because of strikes, etc. Pain Hustlers is a movie which stars Chris Evans, Emily Blunt, and Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, wow. Big cast.
Yeah. Follows a high school dropout who accepts a job at a failing pharmaceutical startup. That character is Liza Drake, played by Emily Blunt. She dreams of a better life for her daughter. And after taking the new job, she gets caught up in an illegal conspiracy.
Ooh.
Catherine O'Hara will play Liza's mother. Andy Garcia is also in this, as well as Jay Duplass.
Wow, there's loads of people in this.
It is directed by David Yates, who was behind most of the last half of the Harry Potter movies.
That is done and it is coming. So
October the 27th.
We have no
delay.
delay
Time for
here.
Halloween. It's not a Halloween movie. But
But
you can go and find the trailer and lots of pictures of people standing around in sharp suits and stuff like that.
yeah, looks good. I'll be watching that when it comes out.
I mean, I like all those people.
Yeah, same. I love Catherine O'Hara. She's great.
So that would be, we'll watch out for that when it arrives on Netflix.
Definitely.
Some news this week. One Piece.
Yes.
It's probably been the biggest Netflix release for a while.
It's been very much talked about everywhere.
I'm really excited to get to watching it.
Yet, but
I haven't this week because of other things in life, but I am quite excited to give it a whirl. Well, a lot of people have watched One Piece.
Yep.
Because it's broken a Netflix record this week.
It's broken a Netflix record that Netflix have made up this week.
As they do with
As
all
they
of
do
them.
with all their new shows they want to push.
But the news is that Netflix has surpassed Wednesday and Stranger Things in being ranked number 1 in the most countries around the world.
Yes.
Upon release.
Territories.
Yeah.
Probably, don't they? But
so the previous record was number 1 in 83 territories.
Yeah.
And One Piece has gone one better. 84.
84.
So where's Netflix been?
Where have they launched
in
since Stranger Things?
In the last 18 months. I don't have that information for you, but yeah, One Piece, number 1 in 84 territories.
That's impressive. That is impressive because nobody was before it came out. Nobody was really talking about it, and then it seems to have come out, and everybody's gone, "Hold on, this is actually really good," and nobody seemed to be really expecting it.
I mean, it's all pirates, dragons, and wizards, witches, and yeah. How can it not be good?
I'm 100% going to watch it. I just haven't got there yet.
Yeah,
it's been a very weird week this week. The last few weeks have been very strange.
It's been well received by critics and fans. We await news of a season 2.
I saw a meme on the internet. There was a load of people moaning that some of the actresses didn't resemble the manga characters.
Okay.
And then somebody just put a picture underneath of the same actress, but with 4 different hair colours. I was like, that's really funny because in the manga they all look exactly the same. They just got different hair. I thought, that tickled me a little bit.
We will. We're being lax in our commitments, aren't we? We will watch One Piece.
Yeah, we are. I mean,
and talk about it.
It has been a strange couple of weeks, but I need to get back into watching more TV.
Good.
Next,
a country that Netflix has struck a deal with is Switzerland.
Okay.
Known for its huge TV industry, maybe.
Is it?
Netflix has announced this week its first co-production with the Swiss network RTS.
Okay.
What do you think RTS stands for?
Radio and Television Switzerland.
Good. Absolutely correct.
Is it correct?
Let's say it is. It will be a French and English language period drama entitled Winter Palace.
Oh, nice.
Which is based on true events. Winter Palace is centered around an ambitious hotel proprietor, André Morel, who in 1899 envisions a 5-star luxury hotel that will remain open throughout the winter. He convinces a wealthy aristocrat to come on board, and the two find themselves battling demanding clientele, rebellious staff, and a hostile climate to make their dream a reality.
Climate?
It sounds like The Shining, but without the horror.
It really does.
And The Shining, but just the admin of setting up a hotel.
Hotel that opens in the winter. That even looks like the overlook in that picture. So it's basically he's the reason why people holiday abroad in the winter, or holiday in Switzerland in the winter.
I guess so.
Because of this guy.
Yeah, it'll be an 8-part series.
Cool.
Shooting and casting is currently underway in Switzerland, France, and the UK.
We're going to have some horrible UK tourists.
We'll go into production next month in the Swiss Alps.
It's going to be shot in English and French.
Yeah.
Interesting.
According to the terms of the deal, Swiss viewers will get first look of the series on RTS1 before the show then hits Netflix globally.
Sounds interesting. It sounds quite fun.
It will look nice, won't it?
It will look. That
very
picture
pretty.
looks very nice. So the rest of it's going to look nice.
Big up the Swiss.
But it's only just casting. But then again, there's no strikes involved there. So that could get rushed through.
Well, it's the old Warrior Nun thing. European production. Yeah. Get it up. Get it going. Get it running.
We need some content.
Last week or the week before, we briefly mentioned Tyson Fury's reluctance and sort of, that's probably not a strong enough a word, basically his hatred of filming at home with the Furies.
Yeah, he said
Netflix.
he really disliked doing it, didn't he? He didn't enjoy it.
Well, season 2 is on its way.
Somebody's give Tyson Fury some money.
So I wonder how big the sack of cash was that Netflix dangled in front of the Furies, because season 2 has reportedly been renewed. Also, the article says that Netflix were keen because it was a runaway hit. Tyson had some reservations, but has said he'd be up for inviting the cameras back into his life. His wife Paris is currently expecting their 7th child.
Wow. I've not seen any of that. It doesn't interest me in the slightest. And the fact that there's going to be 6 screaming kids running around in it is not for me.
Imagine having 7 kids.
I haven't got any kids, and I can't imagine that. You've got 2. Can you imagine having another 5?
No, 100% no.
No. Can you imagine having another 1? No.
There you go. It's coming your way
back.
if you like season 1.
You enjoyed it. Congratulations.
An update on another show we've talked about before, basically because it was called the Fuck It Bucket.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if you remember us talking about the Fuck It Bucket.
Yeah. I think we said that'll get changed.
Well, the name of this show has been changed.
Surprise, surprise.
And we have a first trailer and images for Everything Now.
That's a very different title. Everything Now, okay.
Yeah, which will arrive on Netflix in October. Everything Now. I'm so disappointed they've not just called it the Fuck It Bucket.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but also Everything Now is a terrible title. Is that the lady from Talk to Me the horror movie I watched the other day? It looks very much like her.
I believe it is. The Fuck It Bucket. Shall I just still call it
Let's
that?
just call it that.
Will arrive on Netflix next month. The synopsis is: when Mia Polanco, a 17-year-old London girl with more wits than is good for her, is released from hospital after a lengthy battle with anorexia, she is thrust back into the fizzingly chaotic world of sixth form, only to find that her friends have been spending her recovery time acquiring knowledge and experiences that she herself has never known. Suddenly confronted with the realization that her childhood is racing by without her, Maya decides the only way to catch up is to make a bucket list. The writer Ripley Parker says this series will focus on mental health issues faced by many British teenagers, particularly those surrounding food and body image. Stephen Fry is also in it.
Okay.
Sophie Wilde leads the cast as Mia. Vivian Achemipong is also in the cast as Mia's mother.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds all right.
Yeah, I think so. 8 episodes, 45 minutes each. You can watch Everything Now from October the 5th globally.
It's
on
less than a
Netflix.
month away.
It certainly is.
Everything Now is a terrible title. I mean, the Fuck It Bucket isn't a good title. And also, Fuck It Bucket isn't a bucket list.
No.
So, I mean, they probably should have come up with a better title in the first
You
place.
feel there's a middle ground between the two of them.
Yeah.
For a better title.
It just sounds like Everything Everywhere All at Once when you say
Yeah.
Everything Now.
Yeah.
It's like saying Everything Everywhere All at Once, but with less words.
I'm pretty sure it's like Everything Now is an Arcade Fire song or album. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Are you familiar? Let's move on to some game news.
Okay.
Kind of, but it's movie news. Are you familiar with the game Stray?
I have played and completed the game Stray.
Oh, what did you think about
magnificent.
it? Tell us a bit about the video game that is Stray.
You play in a dystopian cyberpunk city, but you play as a stray cat.
Okay.
And you have to try and solve puzzles to get out and back to your owner.
Yeah.
And back out of this cyberpunk city. It's all populated by robots and it's really cool. It's it's beautiful looking game.
Is it?
And it's really well made. It's really
Enjoy it?
good. Yeah. I enjoyed it because I completed it and I never ever finish a game. Yeah, it's a great game, Stray. The mechanics of controlling the cat work really well.
Excellent. Well, news is that there is a movie adaptation in the works.
Okay. How do you do that?
An animated movie
Makes
from Annapurna Animation.
Oh, Annapurna always make good animation.
Nick Bruno was the co-director on Nimona, which was released onto Netflix maybe a month, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Good movie. I watched it with my eldest daughter. He is on the job for this movie adaptation, which the game developers Blue 12 Studio will also play a part in. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's a really nice story. It's a really sweet story. There's lots of peril in it. There's lots of cool characters in it. All the robots don't have faces. They just have television screens.
Cool.
But then the cat's just like a normal cat, but it's got a communication, that thing on its back you can see.
Yeah.
It's like a communication device so it can talk to the robots.
Robert Baird is the co-chief of Annapurna Animation, and he says, Strays is a game that is all about what makes us human, and yet there are no humans in it.
Yeah.
It's a buddy comedy about a cat and a robot with a hilarious dynamic. So there is inherent comedy in this, but there is not one human being in this movie. It's one of the reasons why the game was incredibly popular, because you are seeing the world through the point of view of an adorable cat. How did they pull that off, and how are we going to pull it off in the movie? We will even though sometimes it seems impossible. But we know that's the essence of the game and the key to telling this story.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. That is a really good idea. It will lend itself perfectly to animation because it's an animation anyway. There's a button in Stray that just does purring. It doesn't. It's not
Brilliant.
for anything. You just press it and the cat purrs. It's great.
Sounds like my kind of game.
You'd really like it, actually. It's really good.
Excellent. I think that we might have reached prime meta.
Okay.
Because news this week, and I think this might be the first time we've done a bit of movie news about a Lifetime movie.
No, I think you're probably right. I think we might have done a couple on the show.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time we've done news about them.
But yeah, a Lifetime movie is, well, we've got the first sort of stills from a Lifetime movie based on a Netflix documentary.
Okay. Which one?
The Murders.
The Murders.
Yeah.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
Well, you're now getting the Murders movie.
Right.
Starring Bill Pullman.
Okay. Why not?
Yeah, like I say, we might be at prime meta. It's coming
meta.
soon. We will have to keep an eye on where this arrives in the UK because it'll probably be a Channel 5 or a Hallmark type thing, won't it? Bill Pullman will play Alex Murder in Murder Movies the movie. Murders the movie. I can't even say it. It will explore the high-profile image of the Murder family and how it was tarnished by the tragic events. I'm sure this will be a high viewership when it hits.
It's going to air on Lifetime in the US on Saturday, the October the 15th and Sunday, October the 16th.
Oh, yeah.
So you got 2 chances to watch it that week.
Yeah. You've got imminently, I don't think it's season 2, but like follow-up episodes are coming to Netflix.
Oh, really?
This autumn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because it's kind of still in a bit of an ongoing case, I think. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch the first series?
I did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was good. It was interesting. I was trying to remember the last time I saw Bill Pullman in anything.
For me, it would have been that really quite dark detective show, like anthology, where it's a different case every season. Oh, what is it called? I'm gonna have to look it up.
I know exactly what you mean.
Keep talking.
No.
It's quite good.
Crime something?
Crime something, sure. Or The Sinner.
Was it The Sinner?
Yeah.
That's not what the one I was thinking of then.
Yeah,
I think I was thinking of Fargo, but it's not that. The Sinner, yes, he was in that, you're right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any more news? One more news.
One more piece of news, and that is confirmation that Elemental arrives on Disney Plus this week.
Okay.
Which is apparently quite an interesting stat around Elemental.
Go on.
It had one of the lowest ever box office debuts for a Pixar movie. It did quite poorly in the American box office, but did really well worldwide.
Oh, really?
And in fact, turned out to be a bit of a slow burner. And
That's did you do that joke on purpose?
No, kind of. I kind of realised it just as it was coming out of my mouth. And basically ended up making $500 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus. That's pretty impressive.
On a budget of 200 million. It arrives on the 13th of September on Disney Plus.
I did not like that movie.
Okay.
It was a secret screen in its anyway.
I remember. I remember you saying.
It's not good. I didn't like it. But I am not its target audience, so that's fine.
That's all the news.
Good news. Well done. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I don't know if I'd say good. I mean, you're familiar with the show 911.
I am.
Yeah, just that, really.
Oh, you've been watching that, have you?
Yeah, but the Texan version.
Oh, the spin-off. How come?
Because I think we watched all the original series.
I lost track
ago.
of where I was with 911 and I never went back to it.
Well, it's just a ridiculous show.
It is. It's a great show.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I remember the tsunami hitting. I don't think I watched any more after that.
Okay.
I've never seen any of the Lone Star stuff.
Well, it's very similar.
Is it?
It's just set
Do you
in
need
Texas.
to have watched one to watch the other?
No, there's a couple of crossover episodes, but
Nothing.
they're few and far between.
Oh, I might watch
We
it.
we watched one the other night where there was a car crash which ended up with basically a hay bale exploding all over the road. They thought they'd found everyone, and then they found a foot, and then they had to spend 5 minutes looking for this cyclist in a haystack
Nice.
who was absolutely spurting out of the
really?
ankle. It's just Liv Tyler's in this spin-off, but not for very long.
Right.
I think she was only in the first season, but it's Rob Lowe is the
Okay.
plastic-faced former star heading this one up.
Awesome.
It is what it is.
I might check it out.
Stupid check
I
out
did enjoy
TV.
911, but I say I lost track of where I was and I never went back.
And then I also watched just last night the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka
Is that how you say it? I was wondering
Yeah.
how you say it. Okay.
on
Because that's the new Star Wars
Disney
thing,
Plus.
isn't it?
Yeah, I've no idea what's going on. I think it's like basically a live action sequel to like previous animated shows.
Right.
I think.
Is it animated?
No, it's live action.
Oh, of course, you just said that.
But
It's hot.
a lot has happened with all these characters in. I think it's the Clone Wars, and
Right.
Star Wars Rebels, but I don't know anything about any of that. And
So why are you watching it?
because it's got spaceships and lightsabers in it, and I thought it was quite good.
Fucking love spaceships. and
Yeah.
Cool.
But it was one of the last things Ray Stevenson did before he passed away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And he's a brute in this. He's massive,
Is he?
like physically
Big
huge.
guy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'll watch any more. I genuinely don't know, but it was fine. I quite enjoyed it.
Cool. Good. I haven't watched much this week. I've finished the first season of New Zealand Taskmaster.
Yeah, I'm going to try that.
You should try it. It's really funny. Some of the tasks are great. And Birdemic on Sunday night. I've sort of already spoken about that. But other than that, I haven't really watched anything.
It's fine.
It's been a strange old week, this one.
It's too nice to sit inside and watch
It
TV.
is, yeah. It is. So we should probably move straight on.
Fine. We
How
can
long
do
have
that.
we done?
We're allowed to do that.
Should we do the top tens?
Yeah, let's
We haven't
look at
done
the
that
top
for
10s.
ages.
See what else people are watching.
Yeah. See what
Well-
people are watching that we're not watching.
Well, we're sitting boiling with this Iberian plume.
I love an Iberian plume. Right, so the top 10 films on Netflix UK for the week of August the 28th to September the 3rd are as follows. Number 10, Paw Patrol the movie. It's always in the chart.
Always.
I'd love to know like total viewing figures for that.
Yeah.
It's always in the top 10. And number 9, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Okay.
Second week in the charts, number 9. Number 8, Men in Black.
The original.
The original.
Of course.
I assume that's just landed on Netflix in the UK.
My eldest daughter watched it.
Really?
She loved it.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
I can believe it. And number 7 is Cop Shop.
Lovely.
Terrible name
It's
for
like
a film.
Generic action movie.
It does indeed. I've missed some.
Good.
This website's awful. Number 6 is Madagascar.
Okay. There's always a DreamWorks movie.
Always a DreamWorks movie in there. Number 5 is Last Night in Soho.
This kind of snuck onto Netflix UK this week, didn't
Dude,
it?
it snucked out. This is my highest rated film of 2021.
I've not seen it, so I'm going to go and watch
You
it.
should definitely
Yeah, I
watch
will
it.
do.
I recommend it to my parents. Bearing in mind, it is a horror movie.
Sure.
They absolutely loved it.
Oh, wicked.
Even my mum loved it, and she does not do horror at all.
Do you get so far in before you realise it's a horror
Yes,
movie?
absolutely.
Yeah, that's the trick.
It's a slow burn. It will take you by surprise, but it is the ending especially is very much a horror movie. It was my highest rated movie of 2020. I think it was the only film I rated 10 out of 10 in 2021. So definitely check out Last Night in Soho if you have not already seen it. It's brilliant.
Talking movies I want to watch. For completely different reasons.
Number 4 is Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah, this was kind of in the slew of very confusing 3 separate Resident Evil adaptations that we've had in the last 12 months.
All at the same time.
This was the movie relaunch.
Yeah.
And then you also had the Netflix series.
Yeah.
And you had the Netflix animated series.
All came at once, didn't
I've seen the other 2, so I'm going to need to
you?
complete the set.
Get the trilogy done.
And I'm pretty sure Robbie Amell's in this. So
Yes, he is, I think. That's him just there, though. So, yeah, you do need to watch it. All Captain's Gallery members in there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
That's fine.
And number 3 is The Ruins.
Horror film?
Looks like it to
Sure.
me. I've never heard of it.
Haunted Ruins.
She's got some sort of roots growing up her neck.
Okay, fine.
Something to do with being underground, maybe.
Needs a haircut.
Number 2 is Tenet.
Okay.
Christopher Nolan's film. And number 1 is You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah.
This stars all the Sandlers.
It does, yeah, they're all in there.
Adam and all his family.
Adam Sandler's wife is in this, but does not play Adam Sandler's wife in the movie.
And so is at least some of his daughters. And it's got good ratings.
Yeah.
Its Rotten Tomatoes rating is very good.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Because I read a whole article this week about how the current sort of run of movies that Sandler's on
Yeah.
is good.
Good streak.
Because obviously we had Hustle earlier in the year, which I thought was brilliant. Absolutely loved that movie.
Yeah.
His basketball movie. And now there's this.
Well, you got Uncut Gems before that as well. That did well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch this. I'm not going to lie to you.
I probably won't either. But I'm just...
TV? Top 10 TV in the UK?
Sure.
Number 10, Peppa Pig.
Nice.
Season 6.
You're brilliant.
Kids been on holiday or
It
something.
did bounce back, to be fair. Season 5 was not so good.
Really?
But season 6 is
I can't stand that.
pretty gritty.
Runt of a pig. Don't like her. Talking of pigs.
Once on Twitter,
Yeah.
which one was it? The really annoying one. I think no, not George Pig.
Peppa Pig.
No, it wasn't the pig. It was one who's a horse. And he's always like...
Harry Horse.
He's always like... he's the really whiny one. He wears glasses. He's always losing his glasses. And he's like horrible little nerd. Anyway, he replied to something that I put on... I don't like that character on Peppa Pig. This is when my kids were watching it all the time.
Yeah.
I just done some stupid tweet. Can't stand that little shit in Peppa Pig. And he tweeted me back.
The character did?
Yeah.
What did he say?
It's something like... it's some parody account. I'm not that bad. Why can't we be friends? And I still feel ashamed because my reply was, you're just going to be in the glue factory in 10 years.
Nicholas, that's awful.
Yeah, never heard back from him. Pedro Pony.
Pedro Pony. Okay.
That was him. Little bastard.
Number 9 is Derry Girls, season 3. I've
Yeah.
never watched Derry Girls. Have you?
I want to say I've seen the first season.
Okay.
And never went back. And it's incredibly highly rated.
Yeah, everybody
and thought of.
absolutely raves about Derry Girls.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Trust Me.
Don't know.
That's Doctor Who there.
Okay.
Jodie Whittaker. I don't know anything about it. Trust Me season 1 is number 8. Number 7 is Ragnarok.
Okay. Is that a
Season
Netflix Viking
3.
program?
Yeah. Netflix Vikings. Number 6 is the Ultimatum, Marry or Move On.
Yeah, the
Season
only
2.
two options.
Yep.
No other options in life.
Well, it's kind of true. If you're with somebody, you've got to marry them or move on from them.
Okay.
You don't get to just stay.
Right.
You don't get that option. Number 5 is Painkiller.
Okay.
That is
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick's thing about Oxycontin, isn't it?
Oh, I can't say it.
Go on.
I don't want to get us in trouble.
Who's going to listen?
Okay. I just whenever I see Matthew Broderick, I always think of the fact he ran that guy over and...
Yeah, let's move on. Number 4.
Wait, just Google it. It's interesting.
Number 4 is Live to 100, Secret of the Blue Zones limited series.
Yeah, documentary on how to live to 100.
By living near the sea, maybe?
Yeah, and eat a lot of olives and stuff like that.
I don't like olives.
Do you not?
No,
Or
do you?
any sort.
No.
I do like an olive.
Do you?
Yeah, I really
There's
like
a thing, isn't there, that says you won't like olives till you've eaten 9.
Is it?
Yeah, if you eat 9 olives, you'll end up liking them.
Right.
But I've only ever eaten 1.
Okay.
And I'm not doing 8 more because the 1 was horrible.
Just get it over with.
Number 3 is One Piece Season 1.
Yeah.
Didn't stay at number 1 for very long. Number 2, At Home with the Furies. At Home with the Fairies is a very
Equally
different thing.
should be a documentary. That's one I'd probably have more chance of watching.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. Number 1 is Who is Erin Carter?
Who indeed?
Who indeed is
Watch
Erin
it and
Carter?
find out,
A
maybe.
couple of people this week have recommended this to me. Apparently it's really good, so I'm going to check it out.
Okay.
At some point over I'm going on holiday next week, so not next week. So that's your top 10s.
Very well done.
Thank you. Real talk. Shall we do a real talk and then get out of here?
Let's do a real talk.
Let's do a real talk.
I really liked this real talk.
I did.
As in the question.
Yeah.
But I think it might backfire slightly because I think it's a real thinker.
Yes.
Like, you can't just come up with a snappy answer. You've got to go and consider it.
Yeah.
So, but I liked it.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if I've still got an answer now, but I did like it.
I've got a couple of answers.
Okay, good.
But yeah,
I think the correct answer has been given in our Discord, so I think that's probably where I would have gone with it.
Okay, fine. The question this week for Real Talk was, which movie would you like to see remade as a musical?
Yes.
I mean, the world's your oyster.
Yeah, literally any movie that isn't already a musical is your oyster.
Smileyson says Birdemic.
I'd like to see Birdemic remade.
Would the birds sing?
I mean, they don't fly, so they'd struggle to sing.
Maybe that guy could do a song about how he loves filling up his car with petrol.
He watched that on the watch along with us and he was drunk, and I think it's affected his brain.
Wayne in the Discord says James Bond, not a specific one, but one film where all the musical numbers are previous Bond themes. Like, why hasn't that been done?
You could do that.
Yeah.
You could do like a Mamma Mia, like make up another story.
Yeah.
But use all the Bond themes.
James Bond, the musical. I'm surprised no one's looked at that.
Agreed.
Maybe more as a show than a movie.
Yeah, like it feels like an Edinburgh Fringe kind of show, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Some comedians that do it up in Edinburgh.
You've got so many theme tunes to pick from. I think that's genuinely a money-making idea Wayne's had there.
I agree.
Sam in the Discord says The Truman Show.
Okay.
I can picture it.
Yeah, I can picture that. It would work.
Yeah. When you think about, because the whole thing is on a
stage,
a stage, you can imagine. I can imagine just everyone breaking out into dance.
Yeah, easily.
In a choreographed, sort of, old style.
You could have some fun with
movie.
like the advert placements and things like that as well. You could do songs about.
That's a good shout.
Songs about Snickers or something.
There's some good ideas in there. Ross Cook is going with The Shining.
This was a great answer.
A dark Sweeney Todd type musical with songs.
He's even named the songs that he wants in there. I thought this was great.
With songs such as "Oh Look the Overlook," "Play with Us, Danny Forever," "Shine, Shine, Shining, Shine," "Red as Rum," "Here's Johnny," "It's a Maze," and "Here's Johnny the Reprise."
Oh Look the Overlook is a great opening number because you could do it nice and jolly.
Definitely.
Oh, it's great. It's a great idea.
You and Ross then plotted out.
We plotted out the whole thing.
I don't want to give spoilers away, but a song that I'm going to say it abruptly ends with Halloran getting killed to death.
Yeah, the song
just as he's about to
singing,
burst into the.
We said it goes on with no lyrics for ages, and then just as he's about to kick in with the lyrics, he gets killed. The curtain comes down, and that's the interval.
Brilliant.
Even though there's only like 15 minutes left.
That's fine. As Ross says, first half 3 hours, second 45.
I'm up for it. It's a mind fuck, and that's what this thing is. It's the best answer. It's a great answer.
Ross Cook's wife Kat says The Princess Bride.
Good answer as well.
I think that lends itself well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smileyson also says Clue.
Yeah. I have no words, but yes.
I think you could work. You could
work
work it. I've got a couple.
Go on.
My honourable mention: Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But we're doing a hair metal Rock of Ages type musical.
That would work. That would work really nicely.
You could see that on stage.
Yeah.
100%. Definitely. I might be stretching. I don't. If you'll let me have this one as my honourable mention, it's not my official choice. But does like a ballet count as a musical?
Yeah.
Because I want to do Kill Bill, but every time there's a fight scene, you replace the fight scene with an interpretive dance number.
I like that. That would work really well.
And yeah, that's what we're doing with Kill Bill. That's my other honourable mention. But go on.
I think that's great. I think that's a really good idea. And to be honest, I think Tarantino movies lend themselves to being musicals quite well.
Yeah, and I think like arty-farty people would love it. They'll be like, oh, yes, that's a fantastic interpretation of the violence of the original.
Yeah.
Just told through dance.
It's like when Kill Bill came out and everybody wanted it. Because he was I don't know if he ever did, but he was going to release it as one film in black and white.
Yeah.
And that was like the Arty Farty people went mental for it. I don't know if he ever did it. I think he might have, but he definitely said he was going to, even if he didn't. But yeah, any like Tarantino movie would work really well as a musical.
My official answer, though, I've not gone into the effort that Ross Cook has to name songs and things, although I'm now tempted to go and do that, is let's remake but turn into a full-on musical Labyrinth.
Oh, nice. Because there is songs in Labyrinth.
Yeah.
But you could...
It kind of feels like it's already part of the way there.
It's almost there, it just didn't quite flip the switch.
Yeah. But let's go full on down the musical route.
Yeah.
And we could have something now, I think.
Yeah, 100%. It's a shame David Bowie is dead because he would have been great at it.
For many reasons.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
But also that the Labyrinth musical is probably never going to happen is the main reason.
But yeah, Jim Henson Labyrinth musical. Let's do it.
I'm up for that. Very much up for that.
That's the pitch.
I'm up for that.
How
I've got an
about you?
honourable mention, but I want to flip it.
Okay.
So I want to have a musical remade as a film.
Right. Not the question, but...
No, but this is why it's my honourable mention
proceed.
and now my answer. I really like The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
And I think the story of P.T. Barnum should be being told properly as a movie. Although it's told really well as a musical, I'd like to hear the story done seriously as a film.
Sure.
That's my honourable mention.
Okay.
My actual answer, I started thinking about... I wasn't thinking of musical films, I was thinking of musical theatre.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think of films that have got like small amount of sets and would also lead themselves into
Absolutely fine.
the musical, put it on stage. And I think I've come up with The Green Mile, the musical.
Okay, brilliant.
Because you only need one set.
Yep.
You can just have the cells along the back with the... And then you've got like all these like maudley prison songs that you can sing with people like being sad they're in prison. But then you can have the jolly one about the mouse. And you have John Coffey, you could have special effects of the stuff coming out of his mouth.
He's electric. That could be a song.
Exactly. You've got the evil bad guy. I think it just lends itself really well. Green Mile, the musical.
My only criticism would be, are you literally penning yourself in a bit by the fact a lot of it is just people in prison cells? It's maybe not the most
but you can
extravagant of musicals.
You can get away from that a little bit if you want to. It isn't going to be extravagant. I'm not thinking extravagant. I'm thinking it's really easy to just make one set and sing on it.
I want to see all of these films, and it does make me think just there should be a musical. You know, with Disney, it's just making live action versions of cartoons for no reason. They just get that idea in the bin and just let's remake everything with a musical version.
Back to the Future musicals, E.T. the musical, all sorts. But no, I really think the P.T. Barnum story should be being told properly. Because he wasn't a very nice guy.
Sounds like an Oscar nomination waiting to happen for whoever got that role.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
Fine.
I think we've finished the wave. I think what we need to do is go and get some fresh air.
Yeah.
And then go and discuss softcore porn for an hour.
That's what I came here for.
Disclaimer, it might not be an hour long.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be an interesting episode. Definitely come back on Thursday. It's going to be, if anything, it's going to be fun. Really good fun.
Sure, we're going to talk.
We're going to have a laugh about it.
About Spaced Out.
1979 farcical space sci-fi porn.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing on
It's
Thursday.
on Netflix. Go and find it.
It is. It's out there. It's only an hour and something long. 30 minutes, something like that.
Something like that.
Hour and 14 minutes.
Felt longer.
So come back here on Thursday and we'll talk to you about Spaced Out.
Cheers.
Bye.